Today I'm going to show you how to manage your tasks and projects inside of Flozy. So here we can see our task section. You can see kind of what these would look like. This is where you can check a box to show that you've completed a task. This is where you can see the due date for the task, priority, who it's assigned to. You can see the status, whether it's completed, in progress, to do, etc. And then you can also see what the task is related to. So you can see if it's related to a specific client, a specific team. Like here we can say this is a life task. And we can also see the date that it was created. So let's go ahead and create a new task from scratch. First month TikTok ads campaign. And this might be one of the first tasks that you create when working with the client. We can go ahead and assign it to a team member. I'm going to assign it to Isabel, who's going to be in charge of the first month TikTok ad campaign. I can mess with the priority. Let's say that this one is medium priority. We'll leave it as it is. And we can set the start date as today from 8 a.m. and we can set the due date as Friday, 9 a.m. You can check the time zone to make sure that that's correct. And if we did want to make a recurring task, for example, if we know Isabel is going to be in charge of creating a TikTok ad campaign every single month for this client, then we could definitely make it a recurring task. In our case, it's going to be a one-time task, but that is an option as well. You can also set a particular tag. So for example, if I want to make this one TikTok, I can add that as a tag. Or you can add tags that are relevant to your business. Here is the description. Here I could add any links or any information that Isabel might need to complete this task. And when you think of a task like creating a TikTok ad campaign, there are a lot of smaller tasks that go into that. So we can add those as subtasks. So I could say, for example, come up with 5 TikTok ad ideas. And I can assign this to Isabel, and maybe she's having someone help her. I could assign it to them as well. Assign it to any team members that need to be involved with this task. And we can set the start date as today, and we can set the due date as tomorrow. And again, you can put tags, description, etc. For now, we'll just go ahead and add that subtask. Then maybe I'll say approve TikTok ad angles, and maybe I'll assign that to the client, which in our example is going to be Pierre. And I can set the due date as Thursday for them to approve of those ad campaigns. And then I might create one as TikTok, and then I might add edit TikTok ad creatives. And maybe Isabel's going to be in charge of this one as well. So I'll go ahead and assign it to her, and we can set that for Friday. And then maybe we'll set final approval TikTok ad assets, and then we can assign this to the client, which again in this case is Pierre, and we can set the due date for Friday. So obviously you'll set up the subtasks that are relevant to your actual task here, and then we can go ahead and click create. So now we see the new task over here. You can see the main task and all of the subtasks. If you have tons of tasks here, you might want to sometimes hide those subtasks. So all you have to do is click here, and you can see that those are hidden, hit the drop down, and they'll come back out. Another thing you can do in the task section is create filters. So for example, if I only wanted to see tasks that are to do, in progress, and awaiting approval, but I want to hide all of the completed tasks, I could set a filter like that here. If I wanted to see only tasks that are related to a particular client, I can set that as well. Tasks that are part of a specific flow, I can set that as well. Who they're assigned to, date, created. There are all these different filters that we can set up here. And the other thing you can do is group these tasks. So if I want to group these tasks, for example, by due date, I could set that up here. And then now we'll see all of the tasks that are due tomorrow, that are due on the 7th of June, 30th of May, etc. It'll group it by date. Maybe we want to see them grouped depending on the flow or the client. So then again, we can see here, all of the tasks that are related to this client Yeti are over here. Part of this project are over here. We could group by status as well. So now we see all of the tasks that are in to do, the ones that are in progress, awaiting approval. You can also group by the assignee. So then we can see people who are responsible for each task. So as you can see, there are many ways that you can organize these tasks and projects. The other place where you can see tasks is inside of flows or inside of a client portal. So for example, when we go to the Get Started Here flow, we can see all the tasks that are involved with getting started inside of Flozy. So you can see, for example, get through the quick start guide in Brain, download the Flozy app, set up your Flozy profile, etc. So you could set up certain tasks related to onboarding for clients, onboarding for contractors or team members, for your marketing team, your customer service team, sales team, etc. You can see all these groups just by opening up the client portal or the flow. So I'll give you an example of this Nike client, and you can see that they have certain tasks set up here, like the ads, the onboarding, and just a few test tasks that we set up here.